I wanna see the light. See the light.
Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. If we haven't met before, my name is Shiv. Hello, and if you're coming back then welcome. In today's video I have this look for you right here. It's my first video of 2019, so I'm super excited and I'm very happy that it's something colourful and creative, because that's really what I've been wanting to do recently with my makeup, is just get into colour again, and that's what we have done. And today I use the BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil Rio Edition palette right here, which looks like this. It's all shimmers, so I did have to use a couple of shades from another BH palette, which is the Shan XO1, just because otherwise there would be no transition, basically. So I didn't really know what to do with all shimmers, so this is what I came up with, and I really like it. I'm really happy with it. How many times can I say really in one sentence? But if you would like to see how I got this look, then please carry on watching. Before you do, please give the video a big thumbs up. It helps me out a lot, I think, anyway. And please subscribe if you haven't already. Join the family in 2019. If you've already clicked that big red button, I love you. If you have done it just now, I also love you. And let's just carry on with the video. So in today's video I am actually going to do my brows on camera, just because I'm going to show you these new brow pens from Lottie London. They are the Art Rival pens, and they basically give like a microblading effect. And I'm going to use a mixture of the shades Cool Brown and, where is the shade on this, Warm Brown, just because one is slightly darker than the other. So I'm going to use the darker side on the kind of outer bit of my brow, and then the lighter side on the kind of head of the brow, if you will. But I just wanted to show you how to use these because I thought these were quite fun. So it's basically like a felt eyebrow pen, but I've been trying it out recently for the past maybe couple of weeks every so often. It is really fun. So you just kind of do strokes as if you were imitating natural hairs, and the stronger pressure you apply, obviously the darker it's going to be. So that's what I'm doing here. I've got stray hair that I just pluck. Get away. So I'm just going to brush downwards till we get a nice full look. And I'm just filling in the sparse areas to start off with and building up slowly. And then for the underneath of the brow, I'm just going to do like a normal line like I always do, just because that's the way I like my brows to look. And then brush upwards to kind of imitate real hairs. And then you can just take a spoolie to kind of brush it through so it looks nice and even, and then just keep on adding. Then I'm just going to repeat the same steps on this brow, just filling it in nice and gradually. This is always my good brow at the moment, and this brow just takes a little bit more time. The lighter one is actually Warm Brown, so I got that confused. But I'm going to pop this in at the kind of front section of my brows. So now the brows are all on, I'm going to prime my lids and conceal them, just to kind of carve out the brows as well. I'm going to take the Makeup Revolution C4 concealer, which is amazing for this, and I use it every day. And now I'm going to prime my lids. I'm just going to pop this onto my lids just like this, just a splodge. Take it into that inner corner as well, because I get quite blue in that inner corner. And then I'm going to go in with this little small synthetic brush to carve out my brows. This is the Meet Makeup L312 brush. I got this in like a glossy box years ago, and I can't find the brand anywhere online, but any small concealer brush will do for this step. So I'm just going to kind of brush the concealer onto the brush and then underline my brows to carve them out. This makes them look so much neater, and honestly, even if you just use a brow pencil, it makes so much difference. So definitely try that out. And then I'm just going to take the rest of the concealer and pop it all over the lid as my eye base. So I'm just going to tidy up this section of the brow that has a little bit of a smudge. Then once that's all even, I'm just going to take my ring finger and pat the concealer into the eye, just to kind of warm up the product and make sure it's nice and even. Then I'm going to set the lids into place, and I'm going to take this Technic Colour Fix powder to do so, which just looks like this, and I'm going to take this on a flat fluffy brush to set my concealer on my lids into place. Some people don't set the concealer and then they just apply eyeshadow straight away, and I think it does look amazing, but I'm applying like some neutrally shades in the crease, so I don't know, I kind of just want to set it, and that's what I tend to do, so that's what I'm gonna do. So for the first shade, I'm going to take this one right here from the Shan EXO collaboration with BH Cosmetics. I know she has a second one, but this is the first collaboration she did. This is just a peachy colour that I'm going to pop in the crease because the palette that I'm using today doesn't have any mattes in it, so I'm just going to have to use these as my transition shades. And the brush I'm using to apply it is the LA Girl 202 blending brush, which is actually really good and really affordable. It will be linked down below. So I'm just going to go straight into the peachy shade, tapping off the excess and then lightly building this up into the upper crease of the eye. And then once I've kind of applied how much I want of it, so it's quite intense, I'm going to blend it up to the brow bone as well, just so it has a nice gradient. Okay, so the next colour I'm going to take is also from the Shan EXO palette, and it is this kind of warm brown shade right here, and I'm going to take it on my Fancy Co blending brush and just further intensify the crease. Don't really know what I'm actually doing with this palette, I'm not going to lie to you. I think I'm just going to use blue and green and orange and just see what happens. But I'm just popping this kind of warm brown all through that crease area. I think I might go for a cut crease. I'm actually so tense, like I sit like this, it's so bad. Relax, relax. I'm going to try and take it up a little bit higher just so when you do see the cut crease, you can still see the warm brown shades. I'm going to bring that up just a little bit higher. So now we are going to do some cutting of the crease. So we're going to take the Revolution concealer to do this, and I'm going to start by kind of doing a dot, looking up and then bringing it down, but I'll explain more while I'm doing it. So I'm just going to take the wand and apply it to this synthetic brush on both sides of it. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is just start by kind of looking in the mirror and working out where I want the crease to be. I think I'm going to go for a halo eye on this look, so I'm going to bring it down the middle of the eye where my pupil is. So I'm looking straight ahead into the mirror, putting it down, and then when you kind of look straight ahead it will transfer, and that's where the top of the cut crease should be. To pull the brush from side to side very slowly. You don't want to rush this step because this is like the make or break of the lip. Just bringing that across, not too far. Okay, that's the cut kind of crease section of it done. Now we're going to go on to using the actual Rio palette. What shade to use? Okay.
Let me pick.
Huh?
Let me pick. Blue. Definitely blue.
Okay, cool, because that's what I was going to pick.
Oh, sick.
Okay, so I'm going to start with the outer sections of the halo eye, and I'm going to go in with the BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil Rio Edition palette. There are actually two types of this palette. There's a Rio edition and an original edition. When I asked for this for Christmas, I thought it was the one that has the mattes in as well, but this is the shimmery one, so I'm going to still use it and see what I can create. The normal edition is on its way, thanks to my boyfriend who's sat over there. Thank you. So I'm going to do a tutorial with that later on at another date, and maybe use like both the palettes together or something and see what we can do. But I am going to go in with this shade right here, which is like a dark blue. They don't have names or anything, so it's just this one right here. And I'm taking this on my MAC 239 flat shader brush. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is pack this on the inner corner and the outer corner to create that nice spotlight eye. Oh, this is pigmented. Yes. I'm going to kind of put it over the line of the concealer, but not in the middle, because that's where the halo colour is going to go. And then I'm going to do the same on the outer corner of the eye. I'm pulling it out slightly, but not that much, just a little bit. Kind of wish I put tape down, but I might just clean that up with a wipe and like concealer later. Next colour. Okay, the next colour I'm going to use is this bright green shade right here. I'm trying to angle it so I'm not blinding you completely, but it's this one right here. I really blend the palette, can't really bend the palette. And I'm going to take that on my, oh, didn't even realise this was BH. BH Cosmetics Studio Pro number 7 brush. Go straight into that green. And then I'm going to pack this on the centre of the lid, just overlapping that blue slightly so it has a nice kind of like gradient effect. When it gets to the top of the cut crease section, just really take your time with it, otherwise it will just end up looking messy. Then I'm going to go back into the brush that had the blue on and just kind of tap over the sides where the green is to blend it in. Ooh, that looks pretty. I kind of want to add something else just because there's so many colours in this palette. I feel like I need to use as many as possible. So I think I'm going to take this kind of yellowy lime colour, which is right here, and I'm going to pop this right in the centre of that green. And the brush that I'm using to apply this is the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro number 9 brush. I'm just going to pop that right in the centre of the green just to add a little bit more dimension. Yes, this looks pretty full. And then when we clean it up it will look more like this. Yeah, okay, cool. We can work with this. I'm going to go ahead and do this eye and I'll be right back. Okay, so this eye is now done and now I can see the final result. I really love it and cannot wait to like finish the whole face. So what am I doing next? Next we are doing the lower lash line. So I'm going to take the same brush we used before on the same blue we used before. And I'm just going to repeat the steps on the lower lash line apart from obviously the cut crease. So I'm going to start with the outer corner. I'm just meeting up with that shadow we've popped there. I'm going to clean this all up in a little moment or two. And then on the inner corner as well. And then of course I'm going to go in with the green on the centre of the lower lash line. Just overlapping it so it fades in nicely. Then I'm going to take a baby wipe and just clean up this outer edge so it's nice and sharp like this side is right here. And then you can take the brush that has a little bit of the blue on just to kind of connect the two together. Then for the waterline I'm going to go in with Sigma Beauty's My Cloud eyeliner pencil. And I'm just going to pop this on my waterline. Then I want a really bright highlight, as you can see here on the inner corner. So I'm going to go in with Anastasia Beverly Hills Highlighting Duo Pencil and the shade Sand Shimmer. And I'm going to pop this on the inner corner as a base. Then I'm going to go in with this shimmery shade right here from the... Oh my god, I'm actually losing my marbles. What? So basically at the bottom of the palette there are two really pretty shimmery highlight shades. One has like a pink tint and one has a blue tint, but now I've used both of them they now look different. Like this looks purpley and this looks gold. I'm a bit confused. But I'm going to go in with the shade that I put on the inner corner, which is this one right here, which had the shimmery blue but now looks purple. So we're going to pop that on the inner corner and see what happens. See? Blue. So weird. This is giving me mermaid vibes, you know. Then I'm going to pop that on the brow bone as well. Then to blend it out, I'm going to go in with that LA Girl blending brush to blend out the highlight. So as I was saying before my camera died, I'm just blending out the highlight using this LA Girl brush, and then also just a little bit here on the inner corner. Now I'm just going to curl my lashes using my Primark eyelash curlers. Just give them a good squeeze. Then for mascara, I'm going to take this little sample one. I got loads of samples like over Christmas, that's why I'm trying to use them up. This is the Makeup Forever Excessive Lash Mascara. And then for lashes, I'm going to pop on these ones from Jamore Lashes. They are in the style Naomi, and they are the ones that are kind of all the same size the way around, which is usually my worst type of lash, but they go perfectly with a halo eye, so they look quite nice with this look actually, and they're really soft and easy to wear. They have a really nice thin band as well, so I'm going to pop these on off screen and I will be right back. So lashes are on. I'm feeling this look so much. I love the fact that like the green yellowy kind of spotlight eye complements the inner corner. I think it looks so cool. So now I'm going to move on to the skin, and of course I'm starting off with my Primark Primer Water, which is my fave. If you don't know, get to know. I'm stealing someone else's expression, but I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm going to give it a good old shake and spray this all over. This stuff so much. And then I'm going to take my mirror just to fan it dry. For my actual primer, I'm going to go in with a Too Faced Hangover X primer. I've got loads of samples over these after Christmas. So I'm just going to go squeeze some of this out onto my fingers and massage it into my skin. Then for foundation, I'm going to go in with my Revlon Colour Stay foundation in the shade 220 Natural Beige. I know it's probably a bit boring for me to start off a video using this foundation, because I always do, but it's just because I haven't had time to fake tan, and it's the only one that matches me without my fake tan, so that's what we are using. So I'm just going to squeeze some of this onto my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge, and then blend this all into the face, just using bouncing motions with my kind of beauty blender sponge device for a nice flawless finish. This might be one of my favourite looks I've ever done.
What's your favourite look of 2019?
So for my cream contour, I'm going to go in with an old product. This is a Avon concealer stick in the shade Dark. The only reason I'm using this, honestly, is just to get rid of all of my old makeup products that I like have this much product left in them. This is actually really nice for cream contouring, so I'm going to go ahead and take this to do my cream contour. And I'm just going to start by contouring under my cheekbones, and then on the other side as well, and then on my jawline. A little bit under my lip because it makes it look a little bit poutier. And then down the sides of my nose for a straighter appearing nose. A bit across to emphasise the button nose, and then I'm going to draw kind of around my forehead. It just helps to make your forehead look a little bit more better. I don't really know, but it makes it look pretty, so that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. Then I'm going to take my Real Techniques Expert face brush, which is falling apart, to blend out my cream contour. I really need to get a new cream contour brush, so if you guys know of any that's good for blending it out, let me know, because this is on its last legs. I'm just blending out that cream contour in little circular motions. Then for my actual concealer, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser Concealer in the shade Light, which, as you can see, it's also on its last legs. I really do enjoy this concealer actually. The kind of twisty part has broken, but there's loads of concealer that comes out, so we're going to go ahead and use this to do my concealing. So I'm going to pop this on my chin. I have a lot of kind of hormonal redness and scarring on my chin, so I really like to pack it on. It's just something I've had like all through my life really, just bloody hormones. Then I'm going to pop some on the middle of my forehead, just to balance out the highlight, and then also down the centre of my nose, very lightly, and then a tip. And then of course I'm going to apply this under my eyes to brighten up that area. Then I'm going to blend it into the skin using the Real Techniques sponge, just in dabbing motions. You could never really blend enough, so just keep on blending. Now moving on to powder to set all of this into place. I'm going to go in with the Technic Colour Fix powder. This is in the shade Bisque. It looks like this. I'm going to take this and set my face. Just pressing this into the skin so that does not move anywhere. And in fact, I'm probably taking off this makeup in like 2 hours time. But what we do for YouTube. I'm just going to quickly take off the powder that's gone onto my lips and pop on some lip balm. So I've just popped on some lip balm just to kind of soak into my lips because I'm going to put on a liquid lipstick in a little bit. But moving on to the rest of the face now, I'm going to go in with an old contour kit. This is the Freedom Pro Contour Fair. Don't know if you can still actually get this, to be honest with you, but I will link it below if I can find it. If not, I'll link a similar one down below. I'm just going to use the contour colour out of this palette. And the brush I'm using for this is, nicely enough, a BH Cosmetics one, and it is the No. 3 Studio Pro brush. This is really good for powder contour, but I still haven't found my cream contour brush. We go into the contour colour, tap off the excess, and then contour exactly where we put that cream contour earlier. That's exactly where this is going, just to intensify it and make it last longer. See how that just gives me a cheekbone? Bam! Then for bronzer, I'm going to go in with the NYX Matte Body Bronzer, which doesn't have a lot left in it, but we're going to make do. Just taking this big fat brush from Avon to apply it. Bronze up over my cheeks, around my forehead, under my chin, and a little bit on my neck. And then I'm also going to take some across my nose as well. For blusher, I'm going to go in with this shade right here. I might know that I'm pointing to the wrong one. I'm going to go in with this shade right here from the BH Cosmetics 10 Colour Professional Blush Palette, which I forgot I owned until I decided I was filming this video, and I was like, oh, what BH Cosmetics products I can use in this video, and I was like, ah, I have blush. So I'm going to use this shade right here. It's like a neutral peachy pink shade that's not too intense, so I think this will go quite nicely. I'm just taking this on my Primark blusher brush to apply it. I'm just going to pop this onto the apples of the cheeks and pulling upward. Okay, we are nearly done. I'm getting excited to see the final look. So now I'm going to set my face. I'm taking the Revolution Hyaluronic Fixing Spray and then give it a good old fan dry. Now I'm going to go in with some highlighter, and I'm going to take an oldie, well, not really an oldie to be honest, it's just kind of one that has ended up at the back of my highlighter drawer, and I've kind of like forgotten about it just because I can't see it when I open the drawer. And it is the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Highlighter in the shade Metal Moon, which is a really beautiful white based highlighter with gold reflex in it. It's really, really pretty. It looks a little bit scary at first because it is so light. So I'm going to go ahead and try and apply a little bit to make this look nice. And I'm taking this on my favourite highlighter brush, which is the Zoeva 134 Luxe Powder Fusion brush. I'm going to go into the highlight, pack on loads, tap off the excess a little bit, and then I'm going to spritz the brush with a little bit of primer water just to make it a little bit more intense. Okay, we'll try and apply a little bit. I have no idea how this is going to go. Ooh, ooh. Okay, who am I kidding a little bit? Let's go with a lot. Apply it above the brow as well, just for a nice like shimmery effect. All across those cheeks. Ooh, honey. Oh my god, that looks so nice. Why have I forgotten about this highlighter? It's so good. I'm also going to put some on the tip of my nose, above the lip, and a little bit kind of down the centre of the nose, just to tie it all together. I'm going to blend the highlight with the blush just using my blush brush, just so it's not a really harsh white line. Then I'm going to set my brows into place. I'm taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Chocolate Brow Gel. I don't even know why I had to look at the name then, not that I could use it every single time. I'm going to use this to set my brows into place. Then I'm going to pop some mascara on my lower lashes. Moving on to lips, I'm going to line them with NYX's lip pencil in the shade Pale Pink. And then for my liquid lipstick, I'm going to take one of the BH Cosmetics Liquid Linens in the shade Vanilla, which is like a peachy pink. No, it's not even a peachy pink, it's just a nice pale pink nude. Just going to pop this on. So this is the finished makeup look right here. I really love it, and it was so fun to play with colour again, and I can't stop looking at that like blue highlight on my brow bone, like when I move my head. Do you know what I mean? Look at that, it looks cool. Yes. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. I am at shivonmakeupbiz on the Instagrams, because I'll be posting lots of makeup videos and fun creative looks this year. That is my main goal. I have something in my eyeball. Anyway, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. It's the big red button below this video. And if you've already done that and you're coming back, then hey, hello subscriber. I shall see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye. Boom.
Smashing! Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If we haven't met before, my name is Shiv, and today we'll be making this look right here. If you want to find out how we made this look, just continue watching. All the products will be linked in the description below, and I hope you enjoy. That was good though.
Well done.
It was good, wasn't it?
Yes. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If we haven't
Do you need me to
See, that's what I'm saying. You've like ruined it now, and I can't say it without laughing.
Why? Do you need me to leave the room?
No, just like...
Not be funny?
Just don't... Like, just... disappear for a second. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If we haven't met before, I can't do it, you've ruined it.
It's better than mine.
I know.
Because you smashed it, you're the boss.
Yeah, man. Okay, once the aeroplane goes past. Really trying here. Stupid baby hairs. Ah, dropping everything. Sick.
On my way.
And then on the inner, ooh. Just smushed another eyeshadow, mascara, which is making me excited. I think the thing I love about take 25. Hey,
Hey,
how you doing?
pretty good, how about you?
I meant to throw it and it hit me. Oh my god!
There you go.
That was so much fun. Oh, ow. I didn't get that on video. Can you do it again?
You look beautiful.
Thank you, baby. Now I'm gonna... Ooh. Oh shit.